artistic successes, and our artistic success led to opportunities to work with Martin Luther King and other civil rights activists. Her first autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, brought national recognition and acclaim. Solve each system of equation by substitution. The word or phrase next to the equivalent solution will complete the statement correctly. Y equals x plus 2, 3x plus 6y equals 12. But if I knew that Angela was sexually abused by her mother's boyfriend at age 8, which shaped her career choices and motivation for writing.
What school did this come from?
How are we teaching
Because it isn't in
math
Boone
if we
County
know
schools.
The correct answer, we're not teaching mathematics. The same thing here, x equals y minus 1, y
Again,
equous negative 4x
he doesn't
plus
have any idea
21.
where this came
If
from.
we knew she
It
was
was
a
most likely
nightclub
just an
dancer,
internet.
This is an example
Somebody
of
got him with a
CRT,
meme.
learning.
It's actually cross-curricular because that's all in Why the Caged Bird Sings that you just quoted saying was really important. If you had read Why the Caged Bird Sings, you know it's an autobiography where she explains all of those things.
If you have questions,
So-
you can email the speaker after, but
In
this is
reading,
the presentation.
I think this is Savannah Maddox, the newest representative. And look, she's there with, I think that's Steve Rawlings. While it is. Interesting.
Level. That includes 71 high school students who are reading at a kindergarten level and 88 students reading at a first grade level. Another 45 are reading at a second grade level. Just 12
That's weird. My kids have been in public schools this whole time, and they read at 12th grade levels, both of them.
That comes out to less than 2%.
In Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
Less than 2%. And understand we have national
In
standards that we
Baltimore.
must adhere to. In order to
So none of this is actually have anything to do with
in order
Kentucky
for
yet.
Wyoming, in order for Nebraska, and you can continue naming the other 50 states inside of your mind, in order for them to get U.S. Department of Education money, they must follow the standards as given by the U.S. Department of Education. For the State Department of Education, Indiana Department of Education, for instance, to get the money, they must follow the U.S. DOE standards. The U.S. Department of Education follows SEL, critical race theory, comprehensive sex ed, comprehensive sex ed curriculum. In order, that is what they stand
No.
for, and then therefore the State Department of Education
This is our,
must follow it as well. What's interesting to note, like for instance in Indiana, the Eli Lilly Foundation and Indiana Department of Education just entered into an $111
we have
million
yet to have anything on
grant
Kentucky
in order to
education.
help raise the reading scores in the state
Baltimore
of
right now,
Indiana.
North
They are
Carolina
bringing in what's
before,
called the whole
but-
language
so we don't
learning
have CRT,
reading
so-
curriculum. In 1987 in California, they had a similar problem and of a reading deficit, deficiency, similar to Baltimore, as we just saw in the video. And so they brought in the whole language learning. It's sight reading. You're supposed to memorize the word, not phonetics like some of us were taught, where you know that the F has a sound or T has a T sound. You would be memorizing see, say, sight, method, the word T-E-S-T-E-D, but you don't even know that those are the letters. You're just told that that says tested. You're then drilled that it says tested, 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 and you then have see, say, it's a sight. It's a sight reading program. You then max out. Some say that it's at 3rd grade. Some say at 6th grade. One person even said at 7th grade. You max out. You cannot learn to read, memorize any more of the words. So you have capped out. I wonder
I don't know what he's
if
saying.
you're capped out at, let's say, a 6th grade reading level. Suppose for me for a second, how many bills at the Kentucky State Legislature are written at a 6th grade level and above? I would dare say most, if not all. You would not be able to read those bills. It is actually a communistic, Maoist China form of education that's coming to a school near
This is what we're
you.
for Robin.
Your parent wants to talk to me about their profession and their opinion on their profession, I would love to hear that. I know very little about anything else in the world other than education, okay?
Did you hear that? She knows little else other than
If your friend
education.
wants to come talk to me about how I'm not doing a good enough job in distance learning based on what you need as an individual, just dare them to come at me. Because I'm so sick to my
Alyssa Prayer.
stomach
Do you even know who that is?
of parents trying to tell educators how to do their job.
But who do they work for?
Yeah.
The parents. That's the taxpayer. That's the one that is funding the Department of Education. So who you work for is the taxpayer. I dare you. And notice the subtle aggression that she has.
Just like you.
The subtle aggression. It's like, well, hold on here one second. Yeah, I dare the parent. There should be a plea for parental involvement. Alas, there is not.
Are you suggesting the doctors don't know how to do their jobs either?
Yeah. They're gonna yell at us. Well, it's not gonna be respectful.
At many levels across the political workplace, such as I can't teach anything divisive, I can't teach critical race theory, and I can't teach about racial equity. This is at all
This is a
public
TikTok.
schools, colleges, and universities. So, teachers,
Talk about citing sources.
we've been activists. After this
What
year,
TikToks are
last
citing
year,
sources?
we really need to stand
We
up
haven't
and
yet
teach
to see a
for our
cited
kids
source
right
yet.
now. So, this is a call to action, teachers.
I guess Miss Magoo is our representative.
The other thing that
Stand up and fight for your kids? They're the parents' kids.
is that every classroom
Right?
is mandatory that we all
When there's school shootings, you want them to die for your kids, but they aren't allowed to call them their kids? I don't understand.
You're going to be hearing from me a lot next year.
Definitely deducting points.
Let me tell you a little bit about the population of my school. 51% of my students are Latinx, and many of them are undocumented, and many more have parents who are undocumented. So when they come into my classroom and see signs that say no human is illegal,
Just making sure it's not a Kentucky thing, because we
they
are
don't
in
need to know who I
Kentucky.
voted for.
Right.
I don't need to tell them.
Right.
When my black students come into my classroom and see my Black Lives Matter
Definitely not a
posters,
Boone County or Kidden County issue. That's for damn sure, right?
when my LGBTQ plus students come in and see my pride flag, I don't need to tell them. Because they know,
I know.
that I have used my critical thinking skills and have
There's a
decided to
couple of
vote
people
for
that really don't want
whoever
to be on.
is on the side
I-
of fighting for human rights.
So we go to human rights. How do we go to human rights? It's not a human right for you to be LGBTQ. That's not what human rights is.
Right?
It is a
California teacher tells class, College Fix,
It's not a
August
human
28,
right,
2021.
according to our representatives.
Okay, so during third period, we have announcements and they do the Pledge of
Nice.
Allegiance. I always tell my class, stand if you feel like it, don't stand if you feel like it, say the words if you want, don't have to say the words. So my class decided to stand but not say the words. Totally fine. Except for the
Miss
fact that
Gillingsworth.
my room does not have a flag.
Wonder where
It
she's
used to be
from.
there. But I took it down during COVID.
Also not Kentucky, to be sure.
And I packed it away and I don't know where, and I haven't found it yet. But my kid
Oh, yeah,
today
it's
goes,
right there.
hey,
I'll
it's kind
look
of weird
for
that
it.
we just stand and then, you know, we say it to nothing. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, I gotta find it, like I'm working on it, I got you. In the meantime, I tell this kid, we do have a flag in the class that you can pledge your allegiance to. And he like looks around and goes, oh, that one?
The LGBTQ all-inclusive flag.
But who is this? Where is she teaching? She's still employed.
Wanna be on
None of
film.
that.
Again, where's this one from? Do we have a state? Right?
What's the problem here?
Right? I just see a really cute classroom.
You guys should see the
Alright.
Look at the color, it's not coming down from this.
I've had fun in that classroom.
Right?
First Amendment of the Constitution says you have the freedom of speech, you have the freedom of religion, you can also have the freedom of redress of grievances. There's 5 different things that it covers there in the First Amendment. So freedom of speech would be covering this, but if I were to bring a Christian flag in order to be able to have a Christian flag, we have
Is there a Christian
documented
flag?
cases across the United States where that is not allowed because it violates the critical race theory, not a constitutional construct, a critical race theory construct. It causes the exacerbation of the oppressor versus the oppressed. Here in a state near you, in Indiana, watch this teacher who teaches, who talks to us about an ostinato.
Again, not Kentucky.
Here's your ostinato. Terrorist, purple, for parents. Terrorist,
What the fuck is this?
for parents. While some had good intentions, they all were misinformed. Now threatening violence, cops and teachers has become the norm. They come to school board meetings with lots of things to say, and they will bully, cuss, or scream if they don't get their way.
Hey,
Terrorist, purple for parents are. Terrorist, purple for parents are.
Teacher. Which is proof that this is a teacher that is
How
important.
can she define?
This is just, I can make a
What
TikTok.
level of
Right.
terroristic education has she
this also has
had
nothing to do with Kentucky.
in order to be able to state that they are terrorists? But alas, she goes out and spreads that out and sends it to her students. And I'm happy to report that they let her go from her school district because she is a problem.
So I see how you think that you've done something here because
He went to
parents or
Libs
community
and
members have
TikTok
voiced
and
concern
just looked it up.
to their elected official, which is how that process works. Not bringing it to a teacher, right? They're taking it to the elected official. And now that legislators are trying to implement these things. But still, in
The
fact,
biggest waste.
a parent, not my boss. I don't actually answer to them, so get that.
That went weird real quick.
I want my
Not
money
my
back.
boss. I don't answer to you. Get bent. Where is what should be happening? There should be. Where's the coalition with the parents of what's going on? She has no coalition. She hasn't won. Because I don't work for you. If I went to your boss and I'm at your place of work and they're not my boss and they're like, you know, I go to my mechanic shop and I drink a cup of coffee with my friend that's a mechanic and he's like, well, John, you know, go and pick up the wrench and take off the tire. I'm like, I don't work for you, Matt. You're not my boss. But what's strange is what's actually supposed to happen inside of the public school system is actually its teachers are actually working for the parents because they actually are their boss because follow the money came from the parents, therefore it's actually the parents' school.
Are you also the boss of the road crew? You are?
This might not be helpful advice
You're
at
the
all,
boss of the
but
road
I would do it anyway. If I were not
She's just the boss of the road
teaching
crew.
kids to think critically about
All
race,
right.
power, and privilege, facts, and how to dismantle.
Does this one even say
oppression and
teacher
white
on it?
supremacy,
Hmm.
I'll be gone, I guess.
In Kentucky?
Luckily, there's a
No.
teacher shortage, so
Again, no.
I'll find somewhere else to do the same thing.
We wonder why there's a teacher shortage.
Well, okay. And I'll find a way to get you fired
This
again.
happening.
And maybe you'll learn your lesson. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we have to have 3 strikes and you're out. Maybe we'll continue on because you know what? What we're going to stand up for is the Constitution of the United States. We're going to stand up for Judeo-Christian values because that's what we were actually founded upon as a country. And you're coming in.
Separation
actually,
of church and
the
state?
should have
What?
been terrorist public school teachers are terrorist public teachers are.
Wow.
Child abusers.
Teachers, you are all very disruptive.
Yeah.
You just
And you
called
wouldn't
us
tolerate this in your classrooms, would you? So be quiet and let the teacher teach.
Professor tells white students if he's breathing, he may have oppressed somebody today.
I just take the average white guy in class, whoever it is. It doesn't
Average
matter.
white guy. I mean, do that with another race.
Stand up, bro. What's your name?
Penn
bro?
State?
Yeah, Penn State
Not in
University. Also not in Kentucky now.
Russell
Right.
has Sean.
Boone County?
This is
No.
maybe
Kenton
you're-
County?
where you're
No.
right. Look at Russell
Campbell
right
County?
here.
No.
It doesn't matter
All
what
right.
he does. If I match him up with a black guy in class or a brown guy, but let me just stay with the black guy in class who's just like him, has the same
Well, he did talk about a
GPA,
black guy.
looks like him, walks like
can't do
him,
that.
talks like him, acts in a similar way, has been involved in the same groups on campus, takes the same leadership positions, does whatever it is. Russell has a benefit of having white skin.
Yeah, he does.
Russell has a
What's the
benefit.
question about that?
Russell's lucky. Russell got to be able to be born white.
Russell's
Russell's
going to
a
get a
lucky
better
guy.
interest rate on his bank loan. For sure.
So, bro, how's it feel knowing that push comes to shove, like, your skin's kind of nice?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it makes me feel like sad because like God knows I don't deserve it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't choose to be white, so like, you know what I mean? Like it makes me upset that like, you know, my brothers and sisters of like other races can't like experience those things for something that I didn't like. You know, I didn't do anything to like deserve that. You know
What
what
is
I mean?
this?
So like,
Again, this is a university. That's not in Kentucky.
This is the problem with white people. The question then
This
becomes,
is the
what
problem with
should
white
we do?
people. This, whatever.
He just got a white student, bullied the white student into apologizing that he was born of a specific skin color, and this is the problem. He didn't congratulate the guy that, you know, hey, thanks for apologizing, because that's what they say that it's really about, is because the white people won't go out and they won't apologize because of what their ancestors did. They won't be apologetic. He goes and apologizes, which is what their supposed solution is. He does their supposed solution and still told he's a problem because it's about racially dividing people. It's not about coming to a true conclusion of racism in America.
Sources. He's sure shit isn't going to show the whole video. We don't even know what just happened.
School teacher in Virginia's Loudoun County Public School District was caught on tape bullying a student. Listen to this.
Was it things to be a picture of?
It's just two people chilling.
Right.
I have no
just two
idea.
People. There's nothing more to that picture.
Nah, not really. Just two people chilling.
I don't believe that you believe that. I don't believe that you look at this as just two people. If you're being intentionally coy about what this is a picture of.
What are you being coy about? It's two people standing back to back in the picture.
Yeah, and that's all you see, two people.
I'm confused on what you would like me to speak
I
on.
don't think you are. I'm not trying to call you out, but you come out off of mute to talk about what this is a picture of, and you act as if you know there's nothing.
What is this even a voicemail of? Where is this from?
Well, I'm confused. Are you trying to get me to say that there are two different races in this picture? Is that what you want me to say? Well, at the end of the day, wouldn't that just be feeding into the problem of looking at race instead of just acknowledging them as two normal people?
You can't look at people and not acknowledge that there are racial differences, right?
But if we're going for, let's say if we're looking for equality within all of this, then why would we need to point out things such as that?
Because those things, those differences are real things.
I don't know. I really don't.
So, in a SEL, social
Oh, so they're.
critical race theory
I see.
approved class,
They're twins.
it's not okay to call these
I see.
two people.
Hmm.
So what you have to do, you have to make a statement that there's a difference. These are just two people standing back to back, just chilling. What a beautiful answer. It's just two people chilling. We're actually finally getting somewhere where we're actually seeing through the lens like God, the red and yellow, black and white, they are precious in His sight. Jesus loves the little children of the world. It's actually the ground is actually level at the foot of the cross. It's actually level, and the teacher is training them again. It's not good enough.
I don't know what that is.
It's just like that Penn State University where the person apologized for his skin color, and it still wasn't good enough because it's a racially divisive motive.
What happened at the end of the video?
Paul Rossi goes around to many states with Part of Equity collaboration. Listen to what he has to say.
And the thing that I think we offer, because I certainly don't think we offer learning.
per se. I think what we offer are relationship. I think what we offer better, because the learning part, in terms of information, what historically high schools were for, was dissemination of information very quickly. It was it organized information disseminated. Well, actually the internet's better than the high school is. It's faster, it's got first person, interviews, you got video. Like, truthfully, the teacher in relation to dissemination of information is obsolete. But the teacher in relationship to relationship is the thing.
Is this in Boone County?
Awesome. Let me take you to a professional development class.
Kentucky at all?
And what we have to offer is not learning.
Sure.
What do we send our kids to school for? I thought we were sending our kids so that they would learn about, the ABCs, reading, writing, arithmetic, or as it used to be, reading, writing, and religion back in the day. I thought we were teaching them about the facts of history. I thought we were teaching them biology. I thought we were teaching about arithmetic. No, we're not offering that anymore. The professional development that is going on across this country is that we're only offering relationships. No wonder the schools are failing.
Adults, to train adults.
More than anything, is this in Kentucky?
Sometimes I wonder, like,
No.
whether it's worth it. Like,
Has nothing to do with
sometimes
our
I feel like,
state.
you know what, forget it. They
And
should
yet
get
our
out of the way.
representatives are
Get out of the
here,
way. Like,
wasting
it's
their
kids are
night
faster. They'll
listening
change
to this
much faster.
bullshit so that they can support
Adults
it.
are in the way.
Great.
So we identified the problem again. Let's go ahead and look through that lens. You, as the